Poland is allocating $100 million for the urgent purchase of American weapons for Ukraine. The funds are expected to be delivered by the end of 2025. This was announced by Poland's Foreign Minister Radosław Sikorski ahead of the EU Council meeting in Brussels. This concerns the Pearl program, under which Ukraine's allies purchase weapons from the US specifically for the Ukrainian army. The funds have already been allocated in the budget of Poland's Ministry of Foreign Affairs and are intended to accelerate defense procurements. For the first time since 1992, Germany has unveiled an entirely new model of the Leopard 2A8 tank. The German Ministry of Defense has announced that it has ordered 123 of these tanks. This will allow the Bundeswehr to expand its tank fleet without having to withdraw older vehicles for modernization. The main innovation is the Trophy Active Protection System from the Israeli company Rafael. It detects and destroys incoming enemy projectiles, creating a protective shield around the tank. The armament remains conventional. The 120mm Rheinmetall gun is compatible with the latest ammunition with a range of up to 5 kilometers, as well as 2 machine guns and smoke grenade launchers. The Bundeswehr will receive the first tanks in 2027, and deliveries will be fully completed by 2030. The first to receive the new equipment will be the 45th Tank Brigade in Lithuania to strengthen NATO's eastern flank. The goal is to make it by mid-December. That's how much time European leaders have to prepare a decision on further financial support for Ukraine starting next year. On December 18th, the last European Council summit of the year will take place, which is expected to deliver the decisive word. The previous attempt to reach an agreement in October yielded no results. Take a look at the current situation.
An unusually early start to the workday at the Europa building in the European Quarter, 7:30 a.m. Foreign ministers from EU countries have arrived here. Today they have a meeting of the EU Council. One of the main issues is financial support for Ukraine in the near future. Since the beginning of autumn, Brussels has been discussing the European Commission's proposal to provide Ukraine with a so-called reparations loan. This would be funded by frozen Russian assets totaling over 140 billion euros. And this would ensure financing for Kiev for the next 2 years.
The truly important and urgent issue is the financing provided to Ukraine. Ukraine needs to maintain the level it is at right now. We are aware of both the microfinancing needs and the military needs. We must meet these needs with our contribution.
The European Commission's proposal still does not have unanimous approval among all European leaders. The main opposition comes from Belgium, where the largest amounts of frozen Russian funds are held. According to Politico, the President of the European Commission sent a letter to the leaders of European countries, assuring them EU countries will assume potential legal and financial risks so that Belgium is not left to face them alone. However, besides Belgium, Hungary is also opposed to funding Ukraine. The Hungarian foreign minister confirmed that his country will not support the European Commission's financial proposal, now due to allegations of corruption.
It's madness that the President of the European Commission is sending a letter to member states asking them to give another 100 billion euros to Ukraine. So are we crazy? There's a military mafia operating there, a corrupt system in Ukraine. And the President of the European Commission doesn't even mention this in her letter. And instead of stopping the payments and demanding an immediate financial audit, she wants to send another 100 billion to Ukraine.
However, Hungary, regardless of the reason, regularly blocks EU decisions on any support for Ukraine, while new financial injections will be extremely necessary for Kiev starting next year. As reported by Reuters, Kiev has called on its European allies to make a political decision regarding the proposed loan. According to journalists, a high-ranking official from President Zelensky's administration stated that the December summit will likely be "This is the last chance this year for European leaders and member states to reach an agreement on whether to provide the important financial loan to Ukraine, a decision that holds significant weight for both Ukraine and the future of European support."
2 passenger trains collided in the morning in the south of the Czech Republic. More than 40 people were injured, 5 of whom were hospitalized in serious condition. The head-on collision occurred in the area of the city of České Budějovice. As a result, traffic on one of the routes was completely halted. According to preliminary information, one of the trains may have run a red signal. The police are already investigating the incident on the grounds of creating a public danger. Rescuers reported that 20 passengers who were not injured were evacuated by bus to České Budějovice, where they will receive additional medical examinations.